As soon as I show up, you can already feel defeat. About to add you to the list of the haters I done beat. I'm the illest redneck rapper ever come up out the streets. Like a pack of ramen noodles with some homemade turnip greens. I'm a killer on the mic, but a gentleman at home. Always try to keep it civilized until you do me wrong. Then I'm coming for your neck, and I'm breaking every bone. I ain't saying that it's justified, I'm saying leave me alone. Cause I'm a street outlaw, I ain't playing with y'all, so you better leave me alone, or you may not make it home. I'm a street outlaw, I ain't playing with y'all.
Made with good jam. Made with good jam. Made with good jam.
Well, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Sorry I haven't been on here in a while. I guess I've had a few people complaining that we ain't done a show. Well, the simple fact is I went to Matt's. We were kind of busy doing stuff over there. Sorry if it looks a little funny. I don't know why it's doing it, but yeah, we went to Matt's. Left lane, I guess I ain't gonna show it. But we went to Matt's. We kind of enjoyed ourselves. We really had a good time. And man, there were some beautiful trucks. I'm just telling you. I mean, they outdid themselves this year. And I want to give a shout out. Dear, love the new logo. Love the way it looks. Look at that. That looks pretty as it can be. That right there is Trucks Room to Spare. That is their new covered wagon. And I mean, it looks really, really nice. They've done a lot of good stuff on that truck. Let's see who we got in here. Well, there's Miss Della Hoover. What's up, Miss Della? How you doing? Good to see you here. It was good to meet you and actually seeing you at the show working your butt off right along with Miss Shelley. I got a little thing in there too on that too. What's up, Michael? What you doing? All right, brother. I hope you're having a good evening too. And my buddy Sonny. What's up, brother? I ain't heard from you in a while. You doing all right? I hope you are, because everything's kind of going good here, so I'm enjoying myself. I got my new logo in the background. Working on some deals. We got some things coming out. I like to give a shout out. Let me bring this down just a little bit because I'm a little too tall for this. And I will give a shout out. And tonight's show is brought to you by Diesel Life. Just a saying. Love you, Ashley, and love you, Chris. I mean, both of you guys are excellent people. If you guys want to stop and get their merchandise, they are in Love's. You can get the backpacks, you can get the hoodies, you can get the shorts. Like I said, you backpacks. They got other stuff that's all through it. I know the Love's down here on 81 and exit 30. They have quite a bit of the stuff there too. Miss Della says, hey, you. I know. Oh, and I don't know if I want to talk to this guy here. You know, went to Matt's. Women follow me all over. Or maybe I was just blocking traffic. You know what? I think you were more blocking traffic. I tried to hit you up and catch up with you. And all I got was, hey, I was at Matt's. But I'm already sitting in Kentucky. I'm sitting here. What was it? You were watching something stupid and eating Cheetos or something. That's the answer I got. And I'm going, well, you're supposed to be at Matt's. And here you are telling me you're at home back in Kentucky eating Cheetos or something. I'm like, well, what fun is that? I'm supposed to meet up with you and have a nice little get together because I did that with the G's. And I like to thank Miss Mary and Mr. Gerald G for the little conversation that we had and the little hangout. It was nice doing that. Also, if you look on my page, you look on the left lane with Lefty, you'll actually see where Gerald was actually, Mr. G was actually there with Trucker Tools doing their live, taking comments and everything on what was going on and how Tools and how their app was working, how people were reacting to it. And I filmed all that while they were doing it. That was actually a really good little session there. So I'm going to give a shout out to Trucker Tools. If you want to pick someone up, that'd be nice. I'm just saying. But yeah, Trucker Tools, I appreciate the information you were giving out there, and I did share it out. It did go out quite a bit. Just saying. Then we got Michael down here. What's up, Michael? Home 20, running pallets for another week, and then back out on OTR. All right, brother. Hey, that ain't bad. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to make the money, and that's the way I see it. Anything works, however you want to work it. I know my green screen's kind of a little fuzzy back here, so. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? You think this should be the new green screen, or the new way it should be on the on the platform? You know, I mean, I got my photos, but I mean, do you think that's more realistic to have back there? If not, I mean, I can always change it and we can go back to the old school way that I was doing it. But just leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. If you think that's if you think it's worthy. I know I got it up. It's just I got to get it dialed in perfect. I've been working on it all day, but hey, at least I got it looking this good. Hey, just saying. What you saying, Miss Della? Yeah, it was great meeting you with Shelly. Yes. And I like the interview that I did with Shelly. I want to give out a shout out to the Kaiser father and son. You should see the interview. It's on there too. That's a really good group and a good people to get with. A father and son, and it actually ended up being a grandfather. So Austin Kaiser is a third generation driver, and the man's only 27 years old and driving around a show truck, but he runs it. He don't let it sit long, because when it looks pretty, it only looks pretty for a little bit. The rest of the time, it's working. It's making its money. So I want to give a shout out to Kaiser Trucking, and I want to thank them. My next big giant thank you is to a Brandon Carpenter, and I want to say thank you, Brandon, for allowing me to use your trailer, because as the wind was blowing at 45 mile an hour and it was 28 to 30 degrees, and with the wind chilled, it felt like it was 10. Thank you for allowing me to use your trailer to do interviews in. I greatly appreciate it. I love the interview you got. I'm still editing on some of it. I think I did post it on one of the pages, but if you look, Brandon, it is on there, and I'll repost it once I get done doing all the editing to it. I also want to give a shout out to iHeartRadio. They're good people to talk to. I might be working on something. I ain't giving out full details right this minute, but we might be doing that. What's up, brother? What's up? What's going on? I know I've got comments coming in. I'm trying to get all of them. And in between, I'm also trying to talk about what was going on at Matt's. Matt's was a blast. Yes, Brandon. Yeah, Michael. Brandon was awesome. He let me use his trailer. He turned his trailer into a bar, more like a trucker's lounge. It actually had the 4-chair table in there. It had a couple of couches, chairs. It had heat. He had a grill in there, and then it had the bar set up behind me. I mean, dude, it was totally awesome. He said it took him 2 days to do it, but man, loved the trailer. So Brandon, top notch, buddy. I've had a lot of compliments. People saying, "Hey, they loved the way you did the trailer." Now they're talking about doing the same thing. So, I mean, it wouldn't be bad. It'd be smart to do something like that. And you know, you can always plug in in the summertime. You can plug in a small AC unit in there, keep it cool. So when you're at truck shows during the summer, especially like July and August, especially when you guys go to Florida in April, I know the Chrome Shop 75 show is coming up. But I'm just saying, just things like that. I mean, it really was nice to actually have people come out and actually do things. I mean, it really, really looked good. I mean, it was a beautiful show. I mean, the Hater Made Mafia come out full tilt. Mr. Mitchell Bottomley, full tilt. I mean, Big Daddy had some new surprises on him, especially when they gutted the whole inside and redone everything. I mean, it was sweet to see in person. I want to give a shout out to Bubba over there at Atlas Transport. Bubba, top notch, man. She was looking good in all of her glory. Beautiful red and chrome. And they did a nice work. And I like the way the mirrors were done. They're a twisted bar. Same way the shifter is. His mirror brackets and everything were all done the same thing. They were all twisted metal. So it was pretty cool. I mean, I couldn't complain about anything that he had done. It was an actually beautiful truck. And, you know, a lot of people say when you're looking at the videos, when you look at the video, this truck right here, the videos don't do it justice until you see it in person. And that's this truck right here. God, Bocephus was gorgeous. I mean, and that's without the lights on. It was an absolute beautiful truck. Beautiful truck from one end to the other. I mean, it was nonstop. The lighting and the lights that they put in it, all the way from underneath, from the front, the back, the motor was, I mean, it was just spotless. I mean, it really looked good. And I like the American flag inside the hood and where it had Bocephus on it. I mean, it was just an absolutely sweet truck. And then who was it? I want to say there was somebody that sat there and said, "This is the most hated man on TikTok." That right there is Brian Lee Cattle Cartel. That's his new name. It's Brian Lee Cattle Cartel. So, but that was the Cattle Cartel. That's Purple Storm. Gorgeous, gorgeous truck in person. He come out of there. First time being at the show. He actually come out with Best of Lights. First time at the show. Best of Lights. And Troy Massey come out with Best of Paint. Bocephus got Best of Paint. And I want to sit there and say, Troy, it was good talking to you and hanging out with you a little bit. You and the crew, you, Tim, and Steve. Like I said, we've talked about maybe doing a couple things. I appreciate you giving me the shout out on Trucking with Troy. Appreciate it. Love it. I also got another guy I want to give a shout out to, and I love this man to death. And Steve, you were top notch again. If you guys look, that is Joker's Wild. That truck is absolutely gorgeous. And the painting on there is the same painting that he has on another one. And I couldn't complain on how he had it set up. I mean, the inside, I mean, it was just absolutely gorgeous on the inside and on the outside. But I will say, and I'll do this. And another thing is I want to give a congratulations to Steve and Heather on your proposal there on Trucking with Troy. Left Lane with Lefty, caught it on video. I do greatly appreciate it, brother. I mean, it was top notch. That's all I got to say. You were top notch on this deal. Let's see what we say. Let's see. Hopefully to get to meet you all someday. You will, Michael. All it takes is hitting us at the right time. And if things go the way I'm thinking, you'll see me a lot sooner than you think. You just won't recognize what I'm in when I do it. What do we got here? we had fun for sure. The boss man finally, yep. And Rob won a couple. Rob Hallahan Transport. He got a couple. But I want to sit there and give a shout out to my boy for actually making me a new member. Look at that. That is just an absolutely gorgeous truck. Oh, well, it ain't gonna. Yeah, now it will. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it's just an absolutely beautiful shirt, beautiful truck. I'll have to get that fixed here in a minute. So while I'm doing that, I got to go to a break because this is it's still having some issues with it. So I'll be right back. Let me get this going. And where'd it go? Yeah, I got to get way back down here. All right, Austin.
I live my life like a cowboy, riding from town to town. I've been as high as an eagle flies. I've been up, I've been down. If I don't do what I want to do, I'll just pack it on up and ride. I live my life like a cowboy, now I'm coming on down the line. I live my life like a cowboy, riding from town to town. I went from Wisconsin, Arizona, down to Bama, back to Georgia. Tell you, son, I've been around. No. If I don't do what I want to do, I'll just pack it on up and I'll ride. I live my life like a cowboy, and
All right, so I figured to go ahead and take the green screen off. Still got to do some fine tuning. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Vin Brown. Love you, brother. Good to see you there at Matt's. Also to be able to do a couple other things. And he's another proud sponsor of the show, so I got to sit there and run
Today
this
we'll
for a
talk to you
second.
about one of our products called Visible. Visible is a glass cleaner. It will break down any organic materials. That's the reason it's different than all your other glass cleaners currently on the market. What you do is you spray it, leave it 15 seconds, and wipe off. It works. It's excellent for bugs, and all of us know how difficult bugs are to get off. And it's pine tar resin, bird droppings, anything that's organic. Spray Visible on it, leave it 15 seconds, wipe it off, and it's safe for chrome, stainless steel, even painted surfaces. So don't hesitate to spray it in other places other than glass and mirrors. You'll even take off the cigarette film on the inside of your glass of your truck. So if a trucker, previous trucker smokes or you smoke, and you get that tar build up on the inside of your windshield, spray Visible on it.
All righty. As you can see, there it is. Trucks for room to spare. There's my logo right there. It's another one that gets hung up. And as I said, hey, Steve, if you are watching, hey, brother, I appreciate you making me an official member of your team. And I wanted to show you. I mean, you cannot beat that. I mean, it's an awesome. And that picture that you seen in the video is that right there. It is of the truck, and the truck is wild. And I love it. And that is my own personal shirt, and love it. It will be hung up on the wall when I get a chance. I got that in the toboggan, so I really can't complain. So as we're getting into this, and yeah, I can see you back there. You're good. I don't know why you keep popping in and out, but you're good. But there's some things that have been going on. I mean, there was a lot of trucks at Matt's, and I mean, just absolutely gorgeous trucks. And like I said, I want to give a thank you to Diesel Life. That's what's going on. And they're good people, really, really good people. But the one thing I really did like, and a lot of people thought I was crazy, but check out this KW. I know some of you guys ain't KW fan, but check this KW out. That is one sick looking KW. That's gorgeous. It's got the old AW 900 headlights. It's got the old style headlights set up in it, and then it's been airbagged. And it's sweet from one end to the other. I mean, it's just an absolute gorgeous truck. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that guy. That guy had a beautiful truck. So as we get into Matt's, we actually had fun. I got there Tuesday night. Ended up going out there and seeing a couple of trucks, talking to the few guys, talking to Bubba. And then it started raining. And then it quit raining. And then it started raining again. So the next morning I get out there and everybody's out there washing and I'm about drying off and trying to repolish the chrome. I mean, it was almost like being in hell week for these guys to sit there and realize that they are sitting there trying to get all these trucks wiped down and everything. And where Troy sat there and said he was out there at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, no lie. He was out there at 4:30 in the morning drying that, him and his crew, trying to get that truck dried so he could get ready for judging. Because at 8 o'clock, it was rags down. And then they changed it. Then it ended up being at 10 o'clock, rags down because it rained again. So after they got everything done. But it ain't bad. He got best of paint. So Troy Massey, great going. Jacob, you were dead on. I mean, your truck was spot on. Hater Made was dead on it. And what I did like is if you look at his truck and you see him going by, it'll actually say bottom transportation, I believe is what it says on the bottom of the truck. It's no longer with the Tri-State no more. It's actually on his own. So he does have it. It is his truck. So just to let y'all know, it is his truck. Gary Jones, that Pete, that red and white. Man, I got so many pictures. I got to see if I can pull it up. But that was absolutely gorgeous. The white interior with the red button and the red striping that it has on it. It was an absolutely gorgeous truck on the inside. I will say it was absolutely gorgeous. You really can't beat something like that. Just want to give you a shout out that it is excellent work, man. And the name of that truck, it's a cab over Pete, and it is called Wasted Money. So, Wasting Money. So that's the name of the truck. But Gary always does it up better than one than the next. That's just the way Gary does it. So, on that note, we got a comment. Who's commenting? Michael did. Let's see. One sweet cab. Yes, it is. It is a very sweet cab over. That thing was just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really was. And I'm going to tell you right now, Brandon Carpenter brought Murphy out there, and Murphy had a RGN behind him, which was, that was a whole different aspect of me not realizing that Brandon Carpenter actually had Murphy. But Murphy was top notch. I mean, was dead on. I mean, everything looks great on it. I believe I have the video. I might be able to play the video. I got so much stuff that I've tried to load up, guys, with trying to make deals. I also want to give a shout out to Taylor Barker, good friend of mine. I didn't realize it at the time that his truck was stolen, but they did find it. The Yahoo decided to leave it in his own yard after he stole it. So, I'm just glad you get it back, and hopefully you can get it back to working and turn it out good. I do want to appreciate it. But Taylor, I want to ask you, I'm going to give you a shout out. If you can, over here with Left Lane with Lefty, we would like to ask you a favor, because we are a fan of yours and we understand you're a fan of ours. If there was a way, maybe coming up with an entry song for Left Lane with Lefty, just throwing it out there and see what you can come up with. I'm also working with Asian Mind. We're working with them We're going to come up with a new scheme for Left Lane with Lefty. We're going to probably do hats and shirts through them. So we're working on that too. I'm not saying everything's written in stone, but this is the stuff I was networking up there at Matt's. We got all kinds of different things we were throwing at us, and we were trying to get caught up, trying to catch up with other people. Like some people got on with the Truck Boss Show. Some of them got on Trucker Nation. There was a few others. I mean, man, it was slam packed. I could have used a new set of legs for at least, yeah. I think I walked 30 miles. I think I could have used a new set of legs. Yeah, it was a lot of walking back and forth. Tony Justice, I want to say congratulations on the hell of a concert you put on. It was really, really good. Clay Walker was there. And then the tractor pulls were on Saturday. Those were really nice and cool. That actually turned out real good. And I want to give a shout out to Dave Newland. It was nice meeting you. You actually come down to the truck show, met me. You met Della. You met Shelly. It was really nice. And Shelly, I will be paying you a visit. I already done told your boss I was coming up. So I just ain't telling you when. Funny. But so let's get back to business. We're going to get into this. I got two things that are really, really important that we're going to be kicking off. And this is one of them. Yeah. A lot of people may not be. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go over here to this one. Yeah. Let's go here. That is straight out of CDL Life. Trucker sentenced to prison for hauling millions of dollars worth of cocaine and heroin for the cartel. People, you got to understand, that money, whatever they're paying you, is not worth it. It is not worth it. And all it's doing is giving us a black eye. We need to quit this. And this is just some of it. Yes, Michael. Yeah. Let me get with Michael's comment here. Yeah. Yep. That's what we were working with. We're going to be doing something with that. So you'll be able to pick it up off of their line. We're going to see what we can come up with in that and give our input. And then you'll be able to pick it up from over there and actually go to that website and get the shirts or hats or whatever we decide to come up with. So just to let you know, it's in the works. Not ready yet, but it's in the works. We're starting to talk and get some things ready. So yeah, you're right, Michael. That's where it'll be done. All right. So we got this here. And this is kind of a, yeah. Guys, come on. We can do better than that. And this is a guy out of PA. Yeah, a truck driver has been sentenced to prison after he was caught with millions of dollars of illegal drugs in Pennsylvania. I mean, come on, people. I mean, it even gets down there on Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. Texas-based trucker Kristen Oka, I hope I said that right, Oka, 29, was sentenced to 7.5 to 15 years in prison. Oka was convicted on 2 counts each of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and criminal conspiracy, and 1 count each for dealing in proceeds of unlawful activities, firearms not to be carried without a license, and possessions of a weapon. So that means he had weapons on him. He did not have a concealed carry. Come on. I mean, we can do better than this. I mean, we really can. And that's him right there. That's Kristen. But you can see. I mean, we got to do better, guys, because this stuff right here is just giving us a very, very bad reputation. Oska is a co-defendant of California resident Rodriguez Carnadas, 28, was arrested on January 29th of 2021. So, I mean, he's got a record, but this is not getting it, guys. I mean, it just really ain't getting it. I mean, why are we doing it? Yeah, I mean, this is giving us, yeah, you're right, Michael. It's giving us another big black eye, and we got to come up with something, because this is getting ridiculous. I mean, I understand money might be getting tight, but and they might be giving you one hell of a thing. But who wants to spend the next 7 to 15 years in prison for it? Now you got a record, you can't get out. And if you were able to get any of that money, you can't do nothing with it, because they're going to watch you 24/7 for the next 10 years and see where you got the money, where it come from, and all that good stuff. So, I mean, it's like, really, people? Come on. We can do better than this. We really can do better than this. So, and I'm just saying, I mean, it's right there, point blank. Now, my next topic is, and I mean, it's really going to give us, it's going to make you sit back and wonder what's really going on. The next topic has got to deal with the FMCSA in Warner. And you've probably already seen it. It's been out a few days. But I went back through and started reading it. I had a friend of mine send it to me. We went over this, and it's just, I mean, if that's so, then why the hell do I even have a CDL in my pocket? I mean, that's what we're getting to. So, since we're doing that, let me go over here and do this. So, we're going to do this, and we're going to pull that one up. Yep. We're going to go right over here. Yeah. And this is one of them. Warner's one of the companies that are doing it and that has been allowed. But Warner asked for special permission. All right, where'd it go? There it is. I know. Let me go back to the other picture. That way y'all can see it much better. There it is. As you can see. Wrong one. Yep. As you can see, FMCSA extends waiver to allow student drivers to operate without a co-driver in the passenger seat. There's also another one that they're actually giving them the CLPs, which is a commercial license permit that's given out to Warner. Warner asked, and seeing they're extending it, expires waiver to relax restrictions on student drivers due to continuous. So what they did was they extended this. They extended this law here, and now it's been granted under. And yes, see, look here we go, right here on June. That's on June 17th. As of February 7th. Of 2022, a CPL holder may operate a CMV on public roads or highways without a company CDL holder present in the front seat of the vehicle, provided that the CDL holder is elsewhere in the cab. But the other one that they got, the other CDL holder is don't even have to be there. I mean, this is getting kind of crazy. I mean, it really is. I mean, why are we allowing our guys to get out here on the road? Because it's getting ridiculous on how they're allowing it. So if the instructor's not in the passenger seat, all right. So there's two ways of looking at this law, and there really is. There's two ways of looking at it. And my way of looking at it is this. And see if what you think is what I'm thinking. And this is what I'm looking at. All right. Right here in this information. So if they granted it, Warner. Yeah, Warner, Crete, and there's another company. There's another trucking company. There's three of them. But Warner's the one that went to the FMCSA and asked for permission if it could be done, and their permission was granted. And I'm like, really? This is really getting out there. So this is my theory, and this is the way I can be the devil's advocate today or tomorrow, but I'm going to be it today, and this is what I'm saying. So if that CDL trainer don't have to be in the front seat, you don't have to see him. How do we know if he's actually even in the truck? You know what I'm saying? Or what happens if something goes wrong and you can't get a hold of the driver? I mean, the trainer can't go over there and help the driver or correct the problem or try to solve it as quick as possible because he panics and freezes up, has a panic attack. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you can't see him, so how many of them that you see running down the road may not be an actual driver, and they're only a temporary. It's not like they have the full license in hand. These guys have just got the paper. They went down, filled out all the questions, got the paper, and they're going to school. But then if they don't, the trainer don't have to, and let's just say the trainer is not in a truck, or if, let's say, Warner does it on their own, they can sit there and go, oh, man, you're good. If you make it back and the truck ain't damaged and the trailer ain't ruined, hey, we'll go ahead and pass you. I mean, is this an easier way for them to send you through and put more drivers in the seat? Or is this something that they can do and get bypass regulations and put drivers in the seats and don't have to really claim that they have CDLs? Or is this giving them a break because there's too many students, not enough drivers or trainers? So now they're going to stick someone out. You stick 2 trainees in the truck and, hey, we'll just go for it. Give it hell. I mean, is that what we're looking at? Is that what we're going to? Is this what this is going to be? I like to hear your all's feedback. I mean, if you can read it, I mean, if you can't see it there, I'll enlarge it so you can read it. But yeah, this is all in CDL Life, and I like to thank CDL Life for putting the information up and us using their information. So I will say that I don't own it, but CDL's, we're just using it for educational purposes. And then here, I'll pull up the one for Warner. Give me a second. I'll get it pulled up here. But yeah, it's to extend the waivers to allow CPL holders to be driving a truck, to take the driving skills test in any state, not just in the state in which they received their driver training. So now they can take it and go in any state, because usually it's in the same state you get your license. But now it's in there. You can go to any state. The waiver was issued as part of a number of emergency efforts to relax regulations for truckers during the pandemic. But, you know, the waiver was previously set to expire on June 30th, 2020. But it will be extended till September 30th, 2020. But that's the original story. Now, let me show you what we're looking at now. Let's go back here. We're going to go back one. There we go. Taking a minute. Come on, really? There we go. I guess I'll have to put it in the search again. Yep, guess I'm going to have to. Is it running that slow? Yep, there he goes. FMCSA. Yep. Sorry about that. I mean, it was supposed to pull it up, but it didn't. Sorry. They're having some issues with their stuff. See, look, now, see. Alrighty. Well, let's go back to the other one. Then it should pull it up. Alright, let's go to news. And then on top of that, we're going to go into news. There's other stuff popping up. Just give me a second and I'll have this one pulled up. Let me get off of there. Bring this back. We are actually going to take that off of there. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, really, Warner's got this stuff going on. I mean, it's just like totally chaotic. I mean, oh, and by the way, as of March 31st, 2022, Homeland Security weight restrictions are waived in Minnesota to combat the spread of bird flu between poultry. That's another thing that just come out. So if you guys are in that area and you're running, just to let you know, there's no weight restrictions there for them to try to keep the spread of the bird flu between the poultry. So that makes a whole lot of sense. But, you know, hey, this is the FMCSA and their stuff. Wow. I mean, there's so much stuff in the news today. It's just, yeah, it's out there. Wow, and you also might be getting some more money back. As of lawmakers introduced a bill that would give you a tax credit up to $7,500. As on Friday, lawmakers introduced a bipartisan bill that would create a tax credit for the truck drivers as a way to attract and retain more drivers in the industry. So let's see what this is all about, since we're going to get into this. All right, pull it up. There it is. All right, let me go back over here. Yep. This is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go back over here. We're going to do this. Yep. And I'll bring this article up so y'all can check it out. Crash increases. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be nothing but crashes. It's going to be accidents. It's just not going to be what we're going to think it is. It's going to be a nightmare over this. And it really is. And people are, you know, and I'm wondering if this ain't part of them trying to push the idea of putting 18 to 19-year-olds in the trucks too. And this is what I'm coming up with. Yeah, hang on. Let me get this. Yep, there we go. Yep, share this. We're going to go to here. Yep. And yeah, there's that. There we go. There it is. Yeah, we got it pulled up. All right, so now, as you can see it there, lawmakers introduced a bill. This is from CDL Life. This actually come out on Friday. So let's go over this real quick. Actually, April 1st. Yesterday was April 2nd. Today's April 1st. On Friday, lawmakers introduced a bipartisan bill, which I already told you that. The Strengthening the Supply Chains Through Truck Drivers Incentives Act was introduced April 1st by Representative Mike Gallagher, Republican of Wisconsin, and Abigail Spanberger, Democrat from Virginia. According to a new release from Gallagher's office, the Strengthening the Supply Chains Through Truckers Incentives Act would, well, let's get down here and find out what it would do. Create a refundable tax credit up to $7,500 for truck drivers holding a valid Class A CDL who drives at least 1,900 hours in a year. The tax Sorry, man, I got the hiccups for some reason. The tax credit would last for 2 years from 2022 to 2023. Create a new refundable tax credit up to $10,000 for new truck drivers or individuals enrolled in a registered trucking apprenticeship. So this is going to be the incentive for new drivers. This is how they're going to solve this problem. And this is what we were talking about, Michael. What kind of chaos is this going to cause? Well, this is going to cause, this is their incentive to pay teenagers and younger people to get in trucks to go do this. This tax credit would also last for 2 years. 3, allow new truck drivers to be eligible for the credit if they did not drive a commercial vehicle in the previous year or drive for at least 1,420 hours in their current year. They may receive a proportionate of the credit if they drive less than 1,420 hours in the year, but drive at least an average of 40 hours a week upon starting to drive. Yeah, let me get back up. I mean, wow. This is what we're going to get. Are you ready to come on there, old timer? Give me a thumbs up besides looking at your window. But this ain't going to be crashes. This right here. All right, so anybody wants to come in and become a truck driver, you can get it. All right, so you can go to work for Warner and sit there and do that. You can go to work for Warner and drive around with a temporary permit, paper permit, without a hey, Scott, if you're trying to use your headset, it will not work. It will not link your phone with the StreamYard. We've already been through that, and they changed that program around. You can't link your headset to your phone. So if you're listening, you can't have your headset and do it. It won't link. It keeps kicking you off because it'll have no sound. So just letting you know, they changed a couple of features in this. Yeah, Sheesh is right. So now, if you want to be a new driver, or if you've been driving at least a year, long as you're under 1,420 hours, you can get part of that tax credit. Or if you want to be a new driver, you can get a $10,000 tax credit, new, and you want to start and at least drive 1,900 hours. Your headset will not hook up with the phone. I know you got to take it off. They made sure you can't hook it up that way. So I'm just letting you know. Can you hear me? Give me a head nod. Yeah. Trying to tell you, you can't hook up your headset. So just saying. Let me get off of that. So yeah. So if you're a new driver, you come out here into this field. Let's say you're 18, 19 years old. Well, hell yeah. I mean, I'd be instantly wanting to take that if I had a $10,000 credit that I can get a tax break on. I can understand that helping out with the drivers that are working for the megas. That would work. But hang on. What are you doing? You keep popping in and out. And I'm trying to tell you, if you got your headset, yeah, you got to turn your headset off. It's set up with the way the system is. It won't let you do your headset while on StreamYard. But I can hear you. I can see you. I hear you. I can hear you. Speak. You want to talk? Hello. Nope, he ain't gonna talk. What's up there, Buckwheat?
What's going on, man?
Not much. We're in here talking about this. This new law that just got pushed through. This new bill. Did you see this new bill?
No, and I still can't see it.
All right. Well, here I'll read it to you again, so that way
Yeah,
you
because
can
them
see
letters
it.
are way too little.
Oh, just like the driver. Lawmakers introduced a bill that would give you a tax credit up to $7,500 just for being a truck driver. All right, so you get that for just being a truck driver. All right. It was sponsored by partisan by a Republican and a Democrat that put this bill together. And this is what it says. Create a new refundable tax credit for up to $7,500 for truck drivers holding a valid Class A who drove at least 1,900 hours in the year. This tax credit will last for 2 years, for 2022 and 2023. All right. Now, if you're and here you can create a new refundable tax credit for up to $10,000 for a new truck driver or individuals enrolled in a registered trucking apprenticeship. This credit would also last for 2 years. All new truck drivers to be eligible for the credit if they do not drive a commercial truck in the previous year or drive at least 1,420 hours in the current year, they may receive a proportion of the credit if they drive less than 1,420 hours in the year, but drove at least an average of 40 hours a week upon starting to drive. So this bill is actually going to kind of help you out.
Yeah, it'll help pay my child support.
It's going to kind of help you out a little bit. You know, what are you looking at? I don't see you. I see sky. I see a machine.
Because I can't get my headset to connect. And
you're not going to be able to. Hey, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to get your headset to connect. They put a block on. That's why I'm trying to tell Mr. Granger the same thing. You cannot get your headset to connect. If it does, it automatically mutes you.
Yeah, it won't let my headset connect. It won't let me put it in stereo. It won't let me do nothing.
No, it won't.
That's a pain in the butt because trucks are noisy.
Well, I know that, but that's the reason why I deal with real truck drivers.
Well, this real truck
Michael
driver
says,
can't look you in the face and still hear what you say.
Well, I'll be looking at you and Sky, and we still can't see what you're saying. Michael says putting people in the seats that do for money. Oh, putting people in the seats to do what I do just for the money. Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to claim this is how they're going to fix the trucker shortage. They're going to fix the supply and demand. This is how they're going to fix it, is by putting this bill in. But here's the thing. This may keep you at your regular job, at your trucking job, if you're there. Like I said, it says you can get up to $7,500 tax credit if you are been driving 1,900 hours within the year. So I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to tally that up, unless they're using the ELDs to do it. That's the only other way I could see them doing something like that. What
In
do you
other
think,
words,
Dennis?
another data collection point.
Well, it's on hours. So I mean, they've already using you're already using your data collection from being in the e-log. So if they can log it, if they can go and look at your e-log and say, all right, well, you drove less than 1,420 hours, then hey, we can give you instead of 10, we'll give you 5,000 for a tax credit on top of whatever deductions you can throw in it. You know that old man
Okay.
on the other end over there don't realize his headset will not connect.
Okay, so my thing is, all right, it is just a matter of time before they use all these data collection points, especially against the independent contractors and stuff like that. Because if they are specifically using tools in order to monitor how many hours you are driving at some point in time, since they are trying to find a way to pass a law right now, also for anticipated income, which means that, if you say you put, say you got $10,000 in the stock market,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, your stock market value goes up because of uh, buying and selling, and say you go up to $40,000. Now, even though you have not pulled that money out of the stock market, they're wanting to
Yeah,
tax you on that money
but that's in,
immediately.
but subject than that. This is talking about
Same principle on truck driving. Say if you're pulling a load that's oversized, it pays $18,000. They want to tax you on that
but they're
18
not looking at
grand.
that. They're looking. Yeah, this is giving you a tax credit. They're wanting to give you a tax credit. Long as you've been behind that wheel for 1,900 hours in the year. If not, then you're going to end up with half. Anybody that's coming new into it is going to get 10,000 if they've been in it just starting, long as they are registered into an apprentice or just starting, coming out of school and starting with a company. And then if you're just coming out, you are not driving right now, long as you're under the 1,420 hour rule that they have in here, you get half of what that tax credit is. But if you're a new driver coming in, you're automatically getting, as long as you're registered in an apprenticeship, which basically going to school or hired on with a new company, you're going to get a $10,000 credit at the end of the year. Now, what they're doing is giving an incentive to these teenagers and 20-year-olds that they're trying to get into these trucks, and that's what they're trying to do. And all it's doing is going to cause a giant cluster. And just like Michael says, it's just about the money, not quality. It's just quantity and about the money.
Well, not only that, if you were to turn around and cut 25% of the truck driving workforce right now today, you still would not have enough parking US wide to support the trucks that are on the road now.
Yeah.
So with this gigantic influx of everybody trying to come on for these $9,000 and $10,000 sign-on bonuses, and now you got a government tax credit, it still don't solve the problem that you got all these people that half time they got to park on off ramps and things like that. I mean, it may solve one situation because it puts a volume of trucks on the road, but it causes 5 more problems in the process.
Yeah.
I do not hate against. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is going to, these guys are going to come out there, and what it is, it's an incentive for them to stay for 2 years. So that way they can at least say, hey, we were out there on the road for 2 years. We got our tax break. And this is how they're going to be able to keep drivers in the truck or at the companies that they started with. That's part of this purpose that I see that's going to happen. It's to pay that. I see your hand over it. So, yeah. So what it's going to do is it's going to pay part of this. Are you ready? You available now or no?
Yes, I am.
All right. All right. So what I see with this, it's going to work in 2 or 3 different ways. All right. The drivers that are already out there driving, you guys are going to get at least a $7,500 tax break. All right. So that'll help out some on your guys' issue. New drivers that are going to come in, they're going to get a $10,000 break. All right. $10,000 to be a new driver. And I have to stay with a company for at least a year. So that gives them a year and they get a $10,000 break at the end of the year. Because if they, let's say they pull in 30,000, 40,000 for the year, you take 10,000 off of that. So they'll probably end up, and then your tax deductions and all that stuff that you can get off of it. It might actually make them turn out and go, oh, well, hey, I walked out with $3,000, $4,000. Hey, I could do this again another year. And it's an incentive for the government to give incentive to new drivers to stay with a company once they get in there. But then you're going to end up with the issue of, all right, well, hey, I'm sticking with it. I'm going to do a year, get my tax money. That way I can get my credit. And then I'm out of here. They're going to stick around long enough to get their sign-on bonus and their tax credit. So basically you're paying a driver to stay at a company for a year. And since this is going to be a 2-year deal, so you're going to get someone to stay on for 2 years and then they're going to get out of it. Because that's long enough for them to understand within the first 6 months to a year if they're going to like it or not like it. And that's just the way it's looking. Michael says, like the last few years, parking, the one already, yeah, it's dwindling already, just to worsen to more impossible. Yeah, to make it just go to worse and make it impossible, which I can understand that. I mean, it's just going to add more fuel to the fire. Are you done playing circles?
I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in line for a truck wash.
Oh, are you? All right.
Yeah.
I think the driver needs a wash too. I mean, he's looking kind of gray there.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Did I do a driver trim? Did I do a driver trim? I mean, you hit the streaking beacon or you hit somewhere else?
Yeah, streaking beacon.
Oh, well, hey, they give you a full facial. You're good.
Right. No, I was
Yeah.
broke down yesterday. I had an airbag blow. And so then I got my airbag replaced. Then
Yeah.
going to scale this load, the alternator went out. So then I had to get an alternator put on it. And then I got about 200 miles down the road today. And I guess the wiring up under the RGN, the zip tie broke.
Oh.
The zip tie broke. So then the pigtail wire was hanging and dragging the ground and literally shaved itself completely in half. So then
Nice.
I had to do all kinds of fun stuff to prop it up in order to get the RGN high enough for me to get under it to replace the wiring. So it's been a fun day.
Yeah.
And I still got 574 miles today.
And where you headed? Where you at and where you headed?
First, I'm going by the house. I'll be by the house tomorrow evening, and then after that, I'll be on my way to Auburn, New York.
And where you at now?
Picked up in Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, all right.
So I picked up in Yuma. Go ahead.
This is the life when you actually deal with real truck drivers. What?
I thought you were trying to say something, so I put it up closer to my ear.
No, I'm trying to. Not you. I know your headset ain't gonna work.
Yeah, it's
Your
frustrating.
headset not gonna work.
I can't get my headset to work. It won't even allow me to Bluetooth in the stereo.
I've already tried to. StreamYard has done some changing. You cannot use this to listen. You can't because they're using the microphone off and the camera use. Because when it goes in the camera and microphone off your phone, it kicks it out when you put your headset on because now it's being sent to another device. And they're trying to keep it from, you see what I'm saying? They're trying to keep it to where it's supposed to be because they're working on it because it did the same thing with Justin and all them. We've been through it. We've contacted them, been in touch with them. It'll constantly kick it out. It's something that they're working on.
I just don't understand why in the world they would want to do that. I don't understand what they're gaining by
security reasons. Security reasons.
I'm hard of hearing, so that's a security issue.
No, not you. we talked to them, and it's a security issue. But yeah, because now we're able to add more cameras and everything else to it. It's just got other issues going with it.
Right.
But if you're going to be sitting for a few, let me. So what's your thought on this, real quick? On the that you're going to get a $7,500 tax credit this year.
Well, I think it's a really good thing. As far as drivers being able to get a tax break, whether they be new, old, or in between.
Yep.
We've actually deserved different tax breaks for years because we do what no one else does. How many people spend 250 to 300 days a year away from their families every year for decades? So not that I think that we deserve special treatment, but I think we do deserve to have our own category.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's people that do not get paid enough in this industry, mainly company drivers. And, a tax break.
Local drivers.
It might be the difference between having to pay taxes at the end of the year or actually getting a refund.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and
I
that
think
may
it
actually
is
help out where you actually get a refund. Yeah. But I think when they put the $10,000 mark on it is to keep drivers. It's to keep new drivers in the seat for at least a year instead of them getting in it 3 months down the road and going, "No, this ain't for me, and I'm out of here." This is the incentive to keep them in the seat for at least a year, and that way they can claim they had new drivers in the seat for a year. And if they stick it out that long, they can try to get them for 2 years because that's why it's good for 2022 and 2023. And that's how this bill's written, unless they decide to change it and make it permanent. But right now, it's only for a 2-year setup. which I think
If
is
it
kind
does
of
work out,
that part.
if it does actually end up being a true benefit to the truck driver,
Mm-hmm.
then I hope it's something that they extend.
Yeah.
Because truck drivers, to be honest, they really do deserve to have a benefit like that long term. Because you've got guys that have been out here for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at like 1.8 decade, but there's guys out
Yeah.
here. I mean, like Ron. Ron's been out here how many years?
Going on 50.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
you
I've
know,
met a few drivers that have been out here since let's see, I did a round table with Brandon Carpenter. We had a round table, but we had a couple of drivers sitting there just talking. And the one guy has been out driving since 1970, 76 or 74 and been driving, and he's still driving. I mean, guys like that, they've been around. And I think
I
they
think
do deserve to have a break.
I think it'd be awesome if they made it retroactive for anybody who could prove that they've been driving 25 years or more.
Yeah. But
You know,
we're
it'd be
not the
nice
ones
if I could
making the
make
rules.
myself retroactive. But realistically, if you got people who have been out here a quarter of a century driving, hold on a second.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
So as he's doing that, and see, and I have no problems bringing drivers in. If you're out on the road, you're working, and you'd like to come on, give your side of the story, or leave comments, leave the comments, and really do want people to get involved in this because people need to know what's going on. And now he's back. Alrighty. Well, he's gone. I guess he's got to do something else. So, on that note, um, we went through some of the stuff I went through at Matt's. Got a lot of different stuff going on. As you can see, I got the green screen going on. I had it working. I still got to play the bugs out of it. But the 2 or 3 subjects on this is the deal with Warner, going to the FMCSA to where the instructor does not have to be in the passenger seat. He could be anywhere in the truck or maybe not even in the truck. And I don't think that's any good ideas on that. It just don't look good. I can see there's a lot of issues that's going to come up with that. And I could see where a driver could sneak out or supposedly accidentally get out on the road and only have a permit, not a CDL, and go, oh, well, we understood it as they could drive without it, don't need us. And I'm just saying, it can cause some serious problems and come up in serious different directions that it don't need to come into. It's not good. But I do like this idea with the tax credit that you guys are actually going to get a good tax credit out of this deal. 75 up to 7,500 if you drive over 1,900 hours, which most of you guys do. You guys have a lot of that. And then the other is if you're a new driver coming in, you get 10,000, and you have to be an apprentice or registered with an apprenticeship with a company, which basically go through driving school and sign a 1-year contract with them. And that's how they get as an apprenticeship, and stick with them for a full year. So you get your bonus for the year for whatever company you sign up with. As long as you don't get fired, you're still there. And you get a $10,000 tax credit on top of that. I mean, that's good for new drivers, but that will cause more people, like Michael says, it's going to be a lot on parking. Hey, right now, parking's impossible. I mean, I can go. I went from Tennessee, Virginia, into Kentucky, and as I was going through, there was trucks parked all up and down exit ramps and on ramps, and it's just like, wow. I mean, even when I got into Louisville, I went as far because where we were at was exit 127, which is where the expo was, and at the 117, there's a Love's there on 65, going south, and sitting there, the Love's was flat full, the other Pilot was full. I actually ended up going all the way down to exit 105 and meeting up with another driver and meeting up with him and stayed down there because there was no parking. And he got lucky. He got even a spot to park. I got lucky that two other people were going to the show and I was able to park in between them, and they let me park there for the night and then ride out with them and get some footage. It's I don't know. We definitely have a major serious problem with parking, and we need to get that corrected. And like I said, if things go a certain way, yeah, I'll be out there. You'll see me because I'll be hitting different truck stops, saying hi, doing meet and greets. You just don't know where I'll be, but I will be out there, and I will be doing something. So, on that note, I'm gonna give a nice little shout out to Rob Hallahan, and then I'm gonna call it a night. It's been a busy day. I've been on the phone all day with different people, still trying to work out other deals and trying to get some other stuff that's actually going to make Left Lane with Lefty a better production and get more content and do better things and actually move up to where we need to be. And I will say this, and guys, and I want to appreciate that everybody that come in. But as of yesterday, today's the 2nd. Yesterday was the 1st. Left Lane with Lefty has its 1-year anniversary, and that was yesterday. So I didn't do a show yesterday, but it is tonight. But yes, we are on our 1-year anniversary with Left Lane with Lefty, and this is, I think, number 49 or number 50 episode. So we've had 50 different episodes, I believe. I think there was a couple of them that were missed, but I went in there and was counting it today. So we're like at 49 or 50. So just to let you all know, and I appreciate you all staying with me and having our back and doing and hanging out with us for the year. And I promise you better things are coming for the second year and the second go around. We are, like I said, we're going to be moving up, but I'm still sticking to the same. This is a driver show, and it's going to be more of driver intake because I want more drivers to get involved. And this lovely sweetheart of a lady right here says, congratulations. Hello, Miss Shelley Conway. Hey, right there it is. I told you I was going to put it up. I told you I was. And it's sitting there all day long, pretty as it can be. I got the other one on the back of the truck. So, yeah. One in the showroom and the other one's on the back of the truck. Well, hello, Miss Della. You're back too. But yeah, we were going over the stuff. And Shelley, congratulations to you on your award that you got the other day. Congratulations to you. You are moving up and doing bigger and better things. And just to let people know, Shelley Conway is with Trucks with Room to Spare. That is our nonprofit. I did an interview with her at Matt's. Some people said they couldn't hear it. Some of them said they were doing good. But yeah, I should have had the camera turned a little more. But hey, that's what happens when you're dealing with live people and a live crowd, when you're dealing with close to 150,000 people in a room. I mean, there was probably close to 30,000 in that one area that they were in. It was a lot. And you're welcome, Shelley. Anytime. Anytime. You and your boss are great people. And I do mean her boss. You know, her, the boss. Yeah, she's a trip. Just saying. I'm just saying. Her husband's a great man. I still say, if I get a chance, I'm going to put snowman on the side of his truck. Just say it. Just saying. Just being funny there. But yeah. I don't know if you were watching, but there is a bill that's coming out. It was bipartisan. They are giving $75,000 or $7,500, not thousand, $7,500 tax credit for 2022 and 2023 for your tax years. It's a 2-year deal. Any driver that's driven over 1,900 hours will get this tax credit. All right. New drivers that are coming in that actually go through the course, get their CDL, and actually get hired onto a company will get a $10,000 credit union credit. Yeah, it's a $10,000 tax credit. But you have to be signed on with the company or an apprenticeship, as they wrote it. Basically, you get on with a mega and you sign a 1-year contract, basically is what it is. And if you already have a CDL and you did not drive, you have to at least drive less. The way it was worded, it was you have to drive less than 1,420 hours, and then you can get a portion, or you get a proportion of the tax credit, or you have to have put in 40 hours a week, or drive less than 1,420 hours in order to get a proportion credit. So this is a new bill that's fixing to come through. It's bipartisan. It's done by Democrat out of Virginia, and it's done by Republican out of Wisconsin. So yeah. If you want here, I will. Better yet, I'll do you one better than that. Let's see, right here. Yep, right there. Here it is, and I'll pull it up for you right here. Lawmakers introduced a bill that would give you a tax credit up to $7,500 for being a truck driver. Yes, ma'am. And that's on CDL Life. You can go on there and find it. It's on the top of their page that actually went through yesterday. It was done on Friday. So just to let you know, you might want to read up on it. It's $7,500. It's $7,500. Here, scroll it down. Yeah. Strengthening the supply chains through Truck Driving Incentives Act is what it's called. Was introduced April 1st by Representative Mike Gallagher, Republican, and Abigail Spanberger, Democrat out of Virginia. According to a news release from Mike Gallagher's office, the Strengthening the Supply Chain through Truck Driver Incentives Act would be create a new refundable tax credit up to $7,500 for truck drivers holding a valid Class A CDL who drive at least 1,900 hours in the year. This tax credit will be at least 2 years. So it's going to be good for 2022, 2023. All right. And the next one is create a new refundable tax credit up to $10,000 for new truck drivers or individuals enrolled in a registered trucking apprenticeship, which means they have to be enrolled or be signed up with Warner, Swift, Knight, England, one of them. And that's good for 2 years. And then it also says allow new truck drivers to be eligible for the credit if they did not drive a commercial truck in the previous year. So that makes them eligible for it if they didn't drive the year before and they're now driving now because they're a new driver. So all these new drivers in the previous year or drive for at least 1,420 hours in the current year that we're in. They may receive a proportion of the credit if they drive less than 1,420 hours in the year, but drive at least an average of 40 hours a week upon starting to drive. Yeah. The bill would also establish incentives for Americans to enter the truck driving apprenticeship programs. So this is to get you to go to work for the megas. It's just another thing of getting saying there's a truck driver shortage and getting them in there. The truck driving industry is facing a massive workforce shortage that's disrupting the supply chains and leaving store shelves empty, said Representative Gallagher. Yeah, Gallagher. We need truck drivers to keep our economy moving, and this bill helps. This bill takes steps to help encourage more individuals to make a career out of this important work. Over the last two years, we've seen how important truck drivers are keeping our economy growing and our communities moving. But to fully combat the shortages and rising costs faced by families and businesses right now, we need to attract even more additional skilled drivers to the American trucking industry, says Representative Steinberger. Our legislation takes a common sense step towards addressing our chronic driving shortage by creating a refundable tax credit for the men and women who keep our goods flowing. We would encourage more young people to hop in the driver's seat, reduce headaches for trucking businesses, and make sure experienced drivers are rewarded for the hard work. I want to thank Congressman Gallagher for his partnership on the issue, for focusing on the economy concerns of his constituents. So as you have it, that's the whole kit and caboodle right there. Yeah, you can read it. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's great that everybody's going to be getting a tax break for 2022 and 2023, which is going to be needed because shoot, everything's going sky high. We ain't got enough money to keep affording everything else, but this is going to be a pretty decent deal. So, but I come on here to talk a little bit about the mats, do a little couple things there. While I'm on here, I need to go to a quick break. So while I'm going to a quick break, I will do this. Look at there. Hey, Charlie. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Look how pretty that is. That is just gorgeous on that truck. And it's on both sides and the back. I got video and pictures of it too. Just saying. I mean, it's a beautiful truck. It's a beautiful truck. Even though she's not a Peterbilt fan. Just saying. Nothing bad by it. She just saying. Where did it go? Did it go in there? Yep. So I am taking a break, and this is brought to you by our nonprofit.
and the prize on my mind. Money ain't a thing, but don't mind another time singing. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. You can push me down, but I get up again. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah.
That is of the lovely lady, and that was a really, really nice interview, and we actually had a good conversation. And that other person that you seen with her back to us, that was Miss Della Hoover. She didn't want to talk to us. She was busy taking care of the people that was coming by wanting the information. She was handing out pamphlets and doing things like that, getting it out there. And yeah, I found a new tax bracket last year at Laugh Out Loud. Thanks for all the heads up. Yeah, well, see, this show is somewhat informational. I try to be. I try to stay on top of things and get different things. Shelley says it's also hard to keep clean. Yeah, because it's all black. Yeah, it's really hard to keep black clean. I know. I got a black truck. It don't like staying clean. Ooh, really? Oh, look at there. Someone's moving up to a 99. I will be done soon. Ooh, are you? Yep, she's gonna go play with the big boy. She's gonna go play with the Kenworths. Yeah, she's gonna go play with the Kenworths. And you're welcome, Shelly. Anytime. I will actually have that set up on Facebook, and I will also have that set up on Twitter to run. I think Twitter is going to be twice a week. Facebook, I can do it as the ads. It will run one every other day. So just keep an eye out. I'm gonna get it set up tomorrow, so that way it'll run. So it'll run on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then the following week it'll run Tuesday and Thursday. So that way I'm not bombarded everybody with it, but everybody will see it, and it'll be with that. But I'll have different music to it, or do a different setup, and it'll have you explaining on that. And don't think this woman right here is not busy, because she was already getting phone calls as she pulled into the parking lot. And then she was still getting phone calls as we were sitting there talking about getting stuff ready because of the tornadoes that touched down just before the show. And then all the other storms that have hit now. And she's probably still got her phone blowing up with everything else that's going on that's been happening. So it's just been a crazy 2 weeks. And that, I'm telling you, it's been crazy weather, even up there. 30, 40 mile an hour winds, feeling like you're in the teens. I mean, just blistering cold. But people showed up. They went out there to the trucks because the trucks were outside and all that. You are very welcome, Shelly. Not a problem. Tell your boss lady I said, hey, and she's a trip. She's funny. She is very, very funny. I like her. But for now, I am going to cut this short because I have been up all day. I mean, I got footages, I got videos, I got round tables that I was trying to put in here that I was going to do tonight, but someone else brought up other stuff to my attention, and I wanted to get this out here with this deal with Warner going to the FMCSA, asking for a reprieve on it, and then the FMCSA granting them that the instructor does not have to be in the passenger seat in the truck when they got a CLP sitting in behind the wheel. He could be anywhere in that truck. Hell, you may not even be in the truck. I'm just saying. I mean, there's too many things that can go wrong with that, and I just don't care for it too much, and I just didn't like the way the bill went, the way that went with Warner getting that. Just like with the ELDs, Warner come out with it. Yeah, it's on there too. You got to look it up. It's let me see here. I have it here because it was sent to me and told about it. It's under cdllife.com 2022 / FMCSA grants Warner's request to allow CLP drivers to operate without a CDL holder in the passenger seat. So, yeah. And that's the way it's worded on CDL Life. And they're letting you know it's out there. So, I mean, there's too many things that can go wrong with that, because if you can't see him, you don't know if he's actually even in the truck. You don't know if that's actually a CDL driver or a paper holder in that truck and don't even have a license yet. Just saying. I mean, there's too many different variables that can go wrong with it. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's what I got to say about that. Sally says, damn. Della says, damn it. What bad news do you have, Dylan? What's the bad news? That you didn't come on and say hi? You were on earlier, and then you disappeared. Now you're back. Then you disappeared. So, but that's what I got going on. I mean, I had stuff in here for roundtables that I was trying to get put up, because tonight was going to be the round table deal. Like, hey, this is what real truckers do. This is what they do at the truck show. It's not just, oh, hey, I stand out here and look pretty from my truck and then I leave. No, these guys are back there talking trucking. They sit in the back seats, back there talking about this truck or that truck, or buying this trailer or buying that truck. I mean, these guys are wheeling and dealing even at the shows, which I thought was really cool. They're really good. And I will play Brandon Carpenter's This Is Murphy. This here is Murphy, and I'll play it.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty. 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 My music's so loud, I'm swinging. They hoping that they gon' catch me riding dirty. Trying to 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 catch me when I'm grinding.
Sorry, the wind, you can see in the video, that's how strong the wind was out there. I mean, it was just, it just took the camera and just started, jerking it from me. Everybody out there was having problems. They were having to stand in the wind, hold it into their chest to keep it from, it was crazy. But hey, got some good footage. Let's go back to the comments real quick. Let's see. Della says, bad news. And I just Warner. Oh, meeting with Shell. All right. Good. All right. April 11th, the new show truck will be born. All right. So we got that. He says there's a new show truck that will be born on April 11th. And that's coming from this guy here. Where's he at? Right.
I live life like a renegade drifter, losing myself on the open road, running from the pains of a sinner, 'cause ain't no band-aid for a broken soul.
Yep, and that was Hallahan Transport. And a shout out to Rob. Great work on the truck. Good job on the trophies and everything else too. It was good talking to you at 3 a.m. We were tired. It was cold. We were tired. We were he was having that tire fixed on that trailer. After I got done filming that truck, I got over behind him, and good thing I did, because the Coca-Cola truck beside him blew the outside rear trailer tire, and I mean, it blew shrapnel everywhere. Luckily, I was smart enough. I got all the way over and kept away from it when I seen it. And I guess a piece of that shrapnel got the tire, put a hole in it. And they had to have it fixed there at the show. So I sat out there with Rob until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting there talking to him while the man was sitting there fixing the tires, and I had the vehicle sitting there with the lights on so the man can see to be able to do his job well. So, yeah. And that, we don't know what happened to that driver, though. I think he kind of like passed out in the seat, or maybe he passed out in the bunk or something. I mean, he was nowhere to be found. I mean, just saying, you know, as they say, pimping ain't easy. So you got to sleep sometime. But yeah, that's it, folks. That's it for tonight. I will have more stuff ready for next week. I am going to be trying to do a couple more shows in between. It just, I got to get the timing right and be able to do it, because I'm thinking somewhere around, yeah, you're welcome, Shelly. Send me a link. Yep. Send you a link. Hang on. Let me send you a link. Yep. We're going to do it this way. Hang on. You got to give me a second. Got to give me a second. Sending it over. We're going to get out of this. We're going to get out of that. Yep. There we go. All right, we're back. And yeah. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I think I walked 30 miles and I gained 2 pounds. Now tell me how you do that. Walk 30 miles and gain 10 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that. It was rough, but yeah. Yeah. But I do want to say, I mean, here, this was, where'd it go? Yeah. I mean, every one of these trucks were top notch. Here's an older Kenworth, a W9. It's an A model W9 with a V8 cat in it. This sucker was just top notch, sharp as it could be. I mean, gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous with that white cat marine motor in there. I mean, it was just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, it was just absolutely gorgeous. That one there. Hater Made come in there. He come in there full charge. And like I said, he was top notch, looking good too. Old Hater Made, I mean, it was just looking good. And if you notice, there is no Tri-State logo on the battery box. If you look real good, you'll notice it's not there. No. And like I said, and Hard Candy come in there looking good too. I mean, top notch. I mean, bottom lead don't do nothing small or cheap. I mean, everything's top notch. Gorgeous trucks, gorgeous inside and out. I mean, it's just an absolute beautiful truck. And then Troy did a top notch. Bo Sivas was looking good, and that's even after it rained. And if I can get it, I'll put it on I think I got it on the page. If you look on the page and you zoom in on it, you can actually see the raindrops down the hood and down the grill. So yeah, and you can tell it rained because look at the reflection in the bumper with the lights. You can actually see where the water's standing. Yeah, I mean, it was, she was top notch. And the pictures don't do that truck any justice. You actually have to be there in person to actually to enjoy that red, that silver with the metal flake in it, and then that charcoal gray at the top. I mean, it's just absolutely one gorgeous truck from one end to the other. And then for my towing buddies, I had to throw this one on there. That one come out best of bobtail, which I thought was weird, but that one come out best of working class bobtail. That got first place right there, that truck. So that sucker, it earned its keep. I'll put it to you that way. That one was really good. And then I got an old friend, my buddy here, and y'all know this truck, old John Jakes, right there. John Jakes, that's John Jakes over there on the left in the shadow. If you look in the battery box, that's John Jakes standing there. He was wrapped up in jackets and everything else too, because it was coldy and windy. But he stayed out there. The first 2 nights he was out there working on his truck, doing some lights. And I mean, he was out there until probably 10, 11 o'clock at night. And that man takes his time working on his truck too. So that is no lie. So every one of these guys work on their trucks and take pride in it. But he actually had a guy make him that for him, that die cast. And it's an exact replica of his truck. And it's a nice W9 that Jake's got too. I love the truck. It's gorgeous. And the inside's like walking into going to the circus or to the fair, and you go into the Hall of Mirrors. Yeah, he's got that on the inside of his truck. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's polished and clean. And then you got this old beauty right here. This is an absolute gorgeous truck here too. Yeah, that was an excellent. And Gary Jones has one like that, but his headlights are done a little different. But his is red and white, which I think is just in front of that one. But yeah, there were some good looking trucks. They brought them to the show. They didn't slack off, so they were all good. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous trucks. I had a blast. I actually had fun networking with everybody, and yeah, it was just a good old time. I actually went out to dinner with John Jakes, me and old Pimpin over there. We went out to dinner with him to Red Lobster. Had a nice little hour and a half conversation with him. I also want to give a shout out to Dutch. And I want to give a shout out to Warren. Warren, thank you for allowing me to come along. Warren is a truck driver from Australia, but he also does an Australian magazine, which Joker's Wild is also in that, featured into that magazine. I was asked by Warren to come out and join him on the photo shoots. So that was actually really, really nice. So we were actually there for the photo shoots. So that was a blast. So, like I said, I was networking with everybody, and I want to thank John Jakes for the introduction to Warren with the Australian magazine. So that actually worked. But I'm done talking, and it's time for me to go do something like drink some more coffee and sit back and relax. It's been busy nonstop all the way through the weekend. I got home around 4 o'clock, come home, did laundry and everything. I went back to work Monday. I ain't had no breaks. And then today I was working, trying to get everything done, trying to do all the video and editing. That takes a lot of work there too. So I was trying to get all that done. Let's see, we got one more comment. What's the comment? Yeah, Warren was a jam up guy. He was really cool. He just got to remember he can't drive on the left side of the road. If you remember correctly, he was driving on the wrong side of the road. But we ain't gonna tell him who told him to drive on that side. Though. We're actually gonna be nice tonight. But yeah, Good people. All good people. Every one of them. All the way from Mitchell Bottomley, Troy Massey, Steve, Tim, Two Take Tim. They're all from the Trucking with Troy. Then Jacob, Brian Lee, and it's Brian Lee, one word. So that's his name, Brian Lee. Good people, man. Just good people to be around and talk and listen to some of the stories and just good things. Good things. And Troy, I am taking you up on your offer. I will be coming out there to your shop out there in Stockville here soon. So I will be doing that. And then on top of that, there was there was a couple others. Like I said, Taylor Barker. It was good hanging out with you. You know, he had a little jam fest going on over there at his little building where we were at the truck show where we were parked, and the next parking lot over, which was probably maybe 100 feet over, Taylor Barker had his set up over there, and they were in there just getting down, singing songs. I mean, it was just one hell of a night on a Saturday. And then they did it on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. They had another jam session going on. So, I mean, it was just, if you want to go to Matt's, go for a week and make sure you got time to be able to hang out and meet up with everybody and doing everything. It was pretty cool. I had a blast. It was almost like being in high school. You see everybody, you know, hanging out, running back and forth, busy from building to building, the east wing, west wing, north wing, south wing. I mean, you're running around there like your head's cut off like a chicken. But, I mean, all good people, all very good people. And then Bubba was there, talked to him for a little bit. Yeah. And I met a few new people there. So, like I said, all kinds of good things happen, and it all happened for a reason. But I love you guys. I'm proud of y'all sticking with me and supporting me through everything that we've done. This is our 1-year anniversary show. It would have been yesterday, but today we're making it. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. Bull Snot, good people. Ben Brown, excellent products. I can't find anything to fault on anything he's got. I've tried it on all kinds of weird things, and I'm telling you, it just got an everlasting look. Deal with it. I mean, it's just, you can't go wrong with the product. Really can't. He's got top-notch stuff. And you can get it at the Loves and the Pilot and Flying Jane. And he's working on some other places. And if you want to get certain other things, you got to go to Bass Pro Shop, and you can get it there, or go to Amazon.com and you can order it there too. Just look up Bull Snot under Amazon, and you can find it on there too. It's good stuff. And then I want to give a shout out to Diesel Life, Ashley and Chris. Love you guys. Appreciate everything y'all do. And then, and before I leave, I also want to give a shout out to AW Direct. I did get my package. I got my care package, and I really do love the care package because you guys sent me some other stuff. You sent me there was some gloves. There was a little toy truck, and some other things that I got out of the care package. And that's something else I might be working on too. And I want to say the pants and everything that y'all sent, top notch. It's called Tough Duck is the material. This stuff is really, really good. I love it. This is actually from AW Direct. Love their stuff. You can go online at the thing there. They were for $39. I think there's a promotional going on. You can get them still for $39. And then they got another type of pants. I got the navy blues. They actually have them in black. I think the black was $49, I want to say. But go to AW Direct and you can look out and get the pricing there. Excellent products. I can't complain. I got the pants are great. I got 2 pairs. I wore one today. Did some work. They're comfortable. The legs are breathable. It didn't pull up in the crotch like most jeans or work pants do. And it wasn't pulling down. I mean, it was just an absolutely comfortable. Whoever got the design and did it right, they actually did the work correctly on this. So I mean, it's just, if you get them, it's worth the money. Absolutely worth the money. I have shirts that are made duck tough that are almost 10 years old, and the color hasn't faded, and they haven't torn, they haven't worn out. So just telling you, duck tough, telling you, it's good stuff. So on that note, let me see what's going on over here. And like I said, I want to thank AW Direct for the care package, and love it. Let's see what's going on. What's up, Miss Della? How are you?
Nothing much. How are you guys?
Doing good. Tired.
Sorry,
I feel like
I'm in a
jet lag
hotel
for a
room.
week.
Huh?
I still feel like I got jet lag for a week.
Yeah, I came home and they were like, "You're leaving out Monday." No, I'm not leaving out Monday. I didn't leave back out until Tuesday.
Wow. And I gotta give my boy some support. What's up, mother trucker? Asian my love you, brother. I had to give you the support. Gotta love it. He's a brother from another mother. That man right there he's the man. I got a shelf that's going up behind me, and everything I get from people goes along that shelf. It's gonna go across there. I got the shirts from Joker's Wild. I got this, and I got a bunch of other stuff.
Cool.
So, what's the bad news besides your truck being broke down?
No, my truck's not broke down. I'm just in a hotel room chilling like a villain.
Oh, well, that might be a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. In the 5 years I've been driving, this is the second time that I took a hotel room for myself to do a 34.
Nice.
So
what's
no,
the bad news?
I was just saying the bad news about the Warner thing, because
oh yeah,
it's just gonna be bad all over.
It is going to be bad. It's going to be bad there. But the only good thing is never took directions from never take. Sorry. Someone posted this and sat there and put it in the messages. Never take directions from John Jakes. Hey, by the way, if you do not buy a Troy because it'll send you in the wrong street. But it will tell you turn until you turn. Yeah. So don't get it. Don't get a John Jakes. Don't get a Troy because they'll both put you in the wrong way.
Stick to the map book, huh?
You better off to stick with the GPS, the map book, or your phone because you'll probably get there better. But I like John Jakes. John Jakes is one of the coolest guys. I tell you, the man's got a big heart, but he's one hell of a comedian.
Well, I wanted to go out and hang out with everybody at the truck show, but by the time I got done helping Shelly, I was tired. I was done. I was ready for bed.
That's a full-day job. Well, I'm working on getting. I might have a booth. I might actually have 2 different booths. So if it works out, I may have one at Trucks and Guitars. I think it's what it's called. It's the one that Tony Justice is putting on in May. And then I am talking to the Kaiser boys Actually, I should say father and son, and doing something and maybe having a booth there for Left Lane with Lefty to do live feeds from there and have drivers come up and talk about their trucks and do things like that. So
Oh, that would be cool.
there's a
Shelly
lot of
was
things.
talking tonight in a meeting about us getting into more truck shows and getting our name out.
Yes. Yes. Need to, because that's how you're going to get recognized. A lot of
Right.
these guys that I've met this year is all because of most of it was truck shows. And I ran across them at truck shows or ran across them coming through.
Yeah.
See, I got Jacob and all them when they were in Florida at Wildwood. And then I caught up with them again at Semi Casual. And I will say, hey, Brian, man, good looking truck, but dude, don't wear yourself out like that because you really look wore out when I seen you Tuesday night getting ready for the show. And that ain't Brian Lee. That's Brian over at Semi Casual. Yeah, he looked rough.
I know Shelly
Yeah,
was
they were
looking rough
rushing it.
because she was cleaning that peat.
Yeah. Well, she was trying to clean out her truck and get it cleaned up, and then sitting there trying to set up the booth, and then trying to take phone calls of the tornadoes that hit. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty well crazy.
Yeah. So, and then I caught up with them guys over at the Bottomley over there at Mayberry show, which we are going to go to this year. I got several of them that I'm repeating to. The Lebanon show, which is put on by Kaiser. It's actually a 2-day show. Last year, first year of doing it, they did a 1-day show, but so many people showed up for it. Now they turned it into a 2-day event. And they'll
Awesome.
be able to stay there on the property and do it. They actually give them more room and more flexibility to do things. So that will
Right.
be done at that. So that's pretty much it for you.
Yeah, I'm fixing Monday. I'm getting back in the truck tomorrow and headed down to Tennessee. And then I'll go back up to Bowling Green, Kentucky and pick up another load and go someplace else.
Where in Tennessee you going?
Nashville.
Oh, so you're going to Crashville.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's not Nashville. It's Crashville.
Well, I'm going to Crashville then. Monday morning, I have to deliver in Crashville. So,
Oh, yeah. That sounds like fun. No, it don't.
no.
Yeah.
Woo-wee!
Well, it was good talking to you, and it was good
It's
meeting
good
you
talking
there
to
at
you.
the truck show. And I am tired. It
You
may
go
not
to
look
bed.
like it, but I am.
Go to bed,
No,
honey.
I
I
ain't going to bed.
understand.
I'm going to sit here and relax. I'm going to sit here and relax.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow I still got a bunch more editing to do, and I got 2 other phone calls I got to take care of tomorrow. Because that's the only time they got a break to be able to deal with what we were working on. So,
Right. Well, I know
yeah.
Shelly's working on stuff with our truckathon that's coming up, and we're working on that, and we're also working on getting a center booth next year for mats.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Yeah, that
cool.
corner. Yeah, that'd be nice.
So we're working
Yeah.
on a bunch of different things. So it's plus we got hurricane season coming up, which is
Mhm.
always going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, if everything does what it does, it all depends. I might be in Florida in the next few months, or I still might be here, but it all depends on how things go with work.
Is your mom back from Florida?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's back. she's the one kind of pushing, hey, we need to move back to Florida. It's warmer down there. I said, no crap. Told you that.
Mom don't like that cold no more, huh?
Well, no, she's on so many blood thinners, it's wearing her out. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
cold
that's
goes right
understandable.
through her, like it does me. It goes through me. I'm used to it, but this year it's like a barometer. That thing it gets cold, it stays cold.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I understand. Florida is nice, I guess. Not my cup of tea, so I'll stay in Kentucky.
No, I mean it really ain't mine either. You know, even though I was born and raised there, but you know, it's not mine. I don't like the heat that much.
No,
I mean,
when my daddy was alive, I stayed down there and took care of him. So
yeah, you know, I like the heat, but I don't like being at 120 in the shade. No, it's a
no,
little too much.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Last year we went down 90. It was in between 80, I would say 85 to 100 degrees last year when we went down.
Too damn
And
hot.
this was in April. This was in April.
It's too damn
This
hot.
time last year, around the 15th to the 20th, when we went down there for the Chrome Shop 75 show. So,
Right. And it's
but
still too
I'm
hot.
gonna get off of here.
All right, baby. I'll
It
talk
is.
to you later. Love you, honey.
All right, bye guys. And like I said, I appreciate y'all following and being supportive of the show. And I give true respect to you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. And excuse me. And I like to keep everybody active. I want everybody active into it. I want you all to join, comment. Even if you want to, I'll send you a link. You can come in. We can talk. Whatever you want to talk about, that's what we're here for. That's what this show's about. It's the lifestyle and it's the lifestyle of the trucker is what it's about, and what's going on in the news. And the truck shows and that is just letting you all see stuff that you guys ain't able to get to because you guys are constantly working. And that way you can see some of these beauties that are sitting there, or if these are rolling down the road. And that's what it's for. But on that note, I love you guys. I think I took care of all my sponsors and all my other things that I got going on. Like I said, I love everybody. Y'all have a good night, and I'll holler at you soon.
Truck drivers don't talk about how hard it is to walk out the front door, knowing it could be weeks before we see our families again, or how we promise our kids we'll be back when we know there's a chance that we may not. Calling up an old friend to talk about old times, but all they want to talk about is last weekend when you were 1,000 miles away. Working a long 14-hour day, backing in and shutting down. Open up social media just to see family and friends gathering. Makes you feel like life could go on without you. These are the burdens that we bury.